Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today, we're gonna deal with the sun, which I accidentally built over here. So, that means a good old shine bug reactor. Because it wouldn't be a Brothgar base without a shine bug reactor. At this point, we already have a reactor. It's just kind of spread out all over the place. However, in order to get there, I'm going to need some glass. And I've got a great idea of how I'm going to handle that. And not only this, I'm also a little bit worried about what's going on up here. Please, please, don't flood. Okay, dupes, we've had enough flooding for a couple of episodes, maybe the entire series. No more flooding, please. Now, thanks to the comments, by the way, the desalinator works just like the sieve, according to the comments. So I should be able to just run liquid inside of here. Matter of fact, I think a really good thing for me to do at this point here would be to kind of set up a system that says, you know, whatever pumps out down here just automatically goes through those two pieces of equipment. So if I get something that is not correct down here, I don't have to worry about it. It just comes out clean no matter what. And I'm not using this, so I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct that. And we'll also dig this thing up as well. One of the other things that I'm going to try to do a little bit more of with this series, now that it's starting to get really, really complex, I would say it's almost like 2.5 times as hard to keep track of what in the world I'm doing, is I'm going to try to focus on one story at a time, possibly just being on one side and then kind of touching on the other side. Try not to skip around as much. Make it a lot easier on you guys and for me as well. However, we do need a brand new duplicate. Ooh, strength. Morning. Ooh, I think we need some morning. Matter of fact, I am recording this incredibly early in the morning. Not because I'm up early. Turner, you are going to become 7. Welcome to the base. You're actually going to be over there on the right. How about that, 7? What, did anybody see that blur go past? I think that was super me. Oh, there he goes. Now, one of the concerns we had over here with the Stirling engines is that, well, it's going to take the heat here and then put it right up there. I've actually heard maybe that it's going to make even more heat. So, probably going to have to focus on getting our steam turbines up and running, which means we need plastic. But in order to get plastic, we need suits, because there's a lot of carbon dioxide down here, and, well, I have to get down really far. Or we do some Dreco things, so I'm going to keep trying to get those up and running. Matter of fact, this is all pretty much built up. So let me go ahead and just jump on that real quick. Try to bring our critter drop off. I think right there will work. Although I'm not 100% sure when it comes to this one. I'm not sure they can get to the food from here. Anyhow, one thing that's going on inside of here that's good is that our mealwood will actually grow in this area. It's 14 degrees Celsius. I thought I'd have to go in here and heat things up, but it doesn't look like I have to, so good. All right, so let's talk about some glass. I left this area over here on the left open on purpose. The idea being is that you can actually go over here and kind of run different pieces of equipment, such as stations. So maybe an exosuit forge, or the textile loom, you know, those pieces of equipment. And then if we actually get window tiles, which I have yet to research, let me add that, we can make windows from one side of this base to the other so they can actually see each other. And I am going to need windows, so let's go ahead and research that. All right, so let's build ourselves a glass forge, and I'm gonna build that right over here. Boom, and I'm doing that on purpose. And then, right next to this, what I'm going to do is put a liquid vent right there. Now, because I already have ceramic unlocked, I can actually use that. However, I think this would actually be just fine with like igneous, but I'm gonna go with ceramic because you should really have ceramic if you're working with glass. So, let's go ahead and do that. And then I'll put it right there. And what this is going to do is it's going to drop my glass all the way down here into the liquid puddle. And then I'll be completely set. I won't have to worry about it. Now, the thing is that is going to take a fair amount of power. So, what I kind of need to do here is get some more power running from this guy. So another thing I'm going to do over here is try to convert to a heavy watt wire and start to bring that up into this area. Because what I'm going to do is build a power distribution spot right here. That's kind of what this lower area is for. It's really for distribution, like all the wires and stuff. And then you kind of walk around up here where it should be nice. That was always my intention with this layout. However, then I filled it with a bunch of mealwood. Alright, awesome. I now have the window tiles unlocked. So now I can come over here and I can start to plan out my shine bug reactor. And I'm actually going to put it in this spot here so I can actually use this conveyor rail, but I'm going to use it for all of the shine bug eggs. I don't really need this thing, which I made right there. We'll just kind of get rid of that. And then if I go into my blueprints, oops, dupes. That's also a good way to clear that area out. Haha. But yes, if I go to my blueprints here, I should find, eventually, my good old shine bug reactor. I have too many blueprints. Aha, there it is. And if we zoom out here, I can actually fit it right there inside of the building above it. And if I line it up right there, it's perfect. Boom, something like that. Then I'm going to cancel all the conveyor rails. I don't need all of that. And I'm going to cancel all the power wires because I'm not going to be doing that strategy either. Alright, so what I really need is just that right there. And then there's one key piece of equipment. And that is going to be a little bit of a liquid or a bottle emptier right there. Okay, so now that I have some batteries built, I'm going to go ahead and build some power transformers. And that'll be just like this. 1, 2, and then a big one in case I need a big one. There we go. And then I'll mirror that up over here. But then there's one thing that I'm going to do which is a little bit different. I'm going to take a couple of these and just flip them. That way I can bring lower power sources into this and I don't have to use giant wires to do so. Alright, so now when I look back over here at the shine bug reactor, I'm going to take the power out of this, right? And I'm just going to bring it together like so. We're also going to have a little bit of a shipping unit right up here. And I can reach down in there and do the things that it needs to do. So I'll take all of this and this stuff will be self-powering. And the power will actually run up and then over here and into one of these units. So then I take the big old heavy wires and this runs in. The rest of these are running out like that. And then we get to rewiring the base. All right, so I just need to separate all these grids out here. And we also need to run wires all the way up here like this. And over to our Dreco Ranch, which still needs a Dreco. Critters, we're going to find a Dreco. Matter of fact, it could even use a door. And even more importantly than all of that, finally plug this in so that when we get the Dreco over here, we can shear it and get those fibers that we need in order to build just about any sort of suit. Which brings me all the way back over here to the glass forge. Hey, everything's coming together. I like it. And then on top of that guy, what we're going to do is build a suit station thing. So that's the exosuit forge. And right next to that, storage bin for the suits. That way if they get lost, we know where they're at. We can always bring them back. And another one on top of that, which is the textile loom. Same sort of deal. Little storage bin there for the right types of clothes. And because we're real fancy, we're gonna go ahead and build up some windows over here. Because these dupes want to show off to all the modded dupes over there on the left. Speaking of what, they are just digging out this area trying to get all these good resources. And also doing some piping stuff over here. One of the cool things I have going on here is how I'm going to be filling up the high flow liquid reservoir. There's a modded piece of equipment called the bottle inserter. So I'm going to bring in some polluted water wherever it may be. And that's how I'm going to fill it up. Boom, just like that. Water's in, and it's flowing off to the machine. We might have to swap this out for something a little bit different later, like oil. Something with a little bit higher temperature. However, what I think is going to happen here is I'm going to go from this temperature to a slightly lower temperature, and from there, over to a steam turbine. But if not, might have enough room for a steam turbine here all by itself. Boom! Lurda is sparkling. Look at her go. Never been so happy to use an outhouse, huh? I think it has to do with all the window tiles. Oh no! A spore child seed. I've heard these make really good sweepy hats. Uh-oh, wrong element. What's going on here? Oh no. Crap, this one bridge has messed me up. Salt water is finding its way past here. And it's getting into everything. Ooh, and it's damaging. Oh man, we're gonna blow up all the sinks and showers. That's not cool. So we just brought in too much over here. We actually filled up all of those liquid reservoirs. Well, Oh, well, that's what we got plumbers for. 193 kilograms in there. So a fair amount, but not too much. We can get rid of it. And I've got a plan B. So we could take the desalinator over here like this. And then right here above that, I'm gonna put the water sieve. So then if liquid flows over here, that is salt water or brine or whatever, it'll just keep going like that, and then it'll become clean water and flow on out. If it's polluted water, then it just skips through that, goes over here, and becomes clean. At least that's the idea. Because I recently just redid the power over here, that shouldn't be too bad to hook up. So we can take that, run it in over here so I don't mess up my little oxyfern. Take this wire and just bring it up to that. There we go. All right, there we go. Do that number, hook it up, bring in the big wires right there, and then we'll get rid of all this stuff down there. We don't need that. Which means I just move the automation up like this and get rid of that. All right, so all of that should be cleared out. Now I've got a much more substantial power grid to work with. Nice. All right, so now just to kind of split these things up. We need one group that's gonna be over here. Get rid of this one. And because there's only 3 of these, what I could do is just bring it out like that. Take this one, jump up like that, and run that off to the right through all of this, and then up to there. Making some good wire spaghetti today. Oh yeah, that's flowing up over there. I'm actually like de-spaghettifying quite a bit once I get done deconstructing all of it. It won't be too bad. You see, we need reed fibers in order to make our Atmo suits. That brings us all the way back up here to the Drecos, who are still not there. Where'd you go, Draco? Oh man, you are hiding. Let's wrangle that guy up. And we do have another one right there. Yes, wrangle it up. All right, we now have enough to make some glass. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's also take a look at our pipes. Have we cleared that stuff out? Yeah, looks like we have. Awesome. That wasn't too bad. Ken! Oh no, dude, you're... Dupes, you ended up all the way over here. No, Meep, don't you dare go to the bathroom. I saw that notification. What do we got over here? Mafic rock. Of course. Let's go ahead and just build a ladder for Mafic. Meep, hold it, dude. Hold it. Don't explode. We were having a conversation the other day. What if Meeps, like, when he had to go to the bathroom or something, what if it scaled with his, oh no! With like all of his skill level? It would just be an absolute volcano. All right, Ken, I think you are going to gain a skill called hard digging. And farming, by the way. That's what your job's going to be. Ice Fox, you are going to be a builder. And 7, you're on the other side. What don't I have? Why does Panda's hat not show up? Can he not get into the center zone? Maybe that's it. That's why. That's what's up. We can't get to the middle. There you go, 7. Fancy new hat. Now we're gonna need an 11 in the base. Sweepy, you seem so dissatisfied with these shine bugs. You're not even moving anymore. Apparently you're not solar powered. I've never seen a Sweepy come to a complete stop. This dude is just not moving. He's running now. Get out of there, Sweepy. All right, we can go ahead and fire up the glass forge now. Look at this, I put a little mesh tile down there so we didn't have to go all the way down here to pick it up. I know. Slightly thinking of you, Dupes. You're still gonna get your feet wet. So, Telesar's running this machine. Boom. There goes a little bit of water. Oh, darn it. I made that a mesh tile. Sorry, Ada. You had to go all the way down to the bottom to get it. You know what I was actually thinking about doing here? Yep. Don't worry about it. What's the temperature stand? Yeah, see, seriously, don't worry about it. It's just fine. So what I was thinking about doing is putting a weight plate down here. Now, just in case you don't have a giant puddle of water or something like this, there is another way to kind of start running a little bit of a glass forge right here. I was messing around with this one recently. So what you end up doing is you just take a couple of tiles like this. Iron tiles will work just fine. And then right next to that, what you could do is just build a little weight plate. So I'm just gonna build this like right here. So it's kind of just out of the way. Here we go. So that will be there, which is that, and that. And then on top of that, if you have something like aluminum, go ahead and just build a couple of doors. If you have a temperature shift plate, go ahead and throw one of those in there. Again, it could just be made of iron. Make this all priority level 9. Take your vent, put it right there above it. And then on top of that, what you end up building is just a couple of icy fans. And those are hooked up to a thermal sensor right here. And then that runs to the doors, just like this. So if this goes, let's say below 50 degrees Celsius, then the doors open up and nobody uses the icy fan. So this way you kind of get an automated amount of glass coming out of this, and you also have a way to get rid of the heat. Now it might make your dupes a little bit crispy, but honestly it works out if you just need, let's say, you know, a few hundred kilograms of glass at a time. Or maybe like 1,000 or so. Speaking of what, how much do I have down here now? This thing seems to be running. Look at that. Oh, Ada keeps picking it up. But we do have one solar panel online. Hey, look, Sweepy finally got his little hat. You know what? It does look like hair. Very dangerous hair. Whatever you do, don't let the pips get to Sweepy. Last thing we need is a bunch of zombies running around. Okay. Dupes, what are you doing up here? Absolutely nothing. Where are my Dracos? Prince Puffed? What's up, dude? Where's the Dracos at? You know, a mirth leaf seed would actually work pretty good as a hairdo for Sweepy. You know, if you didn't want to go with the full danger setup that we have going on right now. Oh, how's the power doing? It's doing all right, but what we really could use over here is a shine bug reactor. So let's go ahead and get that set up. What I'm going to bring over here is a little bit of water. Let's just go with salt water. There's plenty of it around. So that is going to flow over here. Notice that I kept this block away. Otherwise, if it's there, it becomes an absolute pain in the butt to mop this stuff up. But all we need is just a little bit of water over here. Should be a dupe with an Aaron coming here pretty soon. Anybody? There we go. Telesar has it. I'm just going to wait for them to show up. And wow, you must have found the smallest bottle of salt water ever. A full 34 grams. I said a little, but more than nothing. Okay, thank you. So then you just click on that, get rid of it, and then what you do is you mop over here. Not this spot, but right over here and to the left. And then you mop up down here, because you don't want that. And all of down here, because wow, okay. And now, what you have is this one little block of water right there, and that is going to keep all of our little shine bugs in. So that means once we rebuild this tile, then all I gotta do is go back to the shipping line right here, find myself a critter egg. We'll even allow manual use for a little while. And go with the shine nymph egg. And probably a sun nymph egg as well. There we go. Now this will work until all my dupes find their way over here, and then they just keep going from that spot back to there. So then you have to disallow manual use. But for a little while, I think all my dupes are going to try to find eggs all over the place and bring them over here. Look at that. Look at how many I'm bringing over there. And then they get trapped. So then I click on sweep only. So now if I see some eggs around, which there's probably going to be a few down here, I'll be able to pick them up and deliver them over there. But still, we should have more than enough in one spot. Look at that. Boom, we're already off the charts. Now, for this auto sweeper, it can actually get down to that egg. So if I go ahead and swap this out up here, which is a good old floor, and then I can use a rock crusher right above it, because that's where I can take the eggshells and refine them into lime. Ha! Ah, and there we have it. The sun is starting to shine. I'm talking about in-game. At least for a little while longer. Hey, there we go. Awesome. All right, so I added this one little tile they can jump across. Real nice. Let's go ahead and get that up and running, because man, do I need some of this. I'm also going to need to come in here and automate the sweeping for this area as well. But first things first, shearing station. All right, there we go. I have 4 reed fibers right there, which means if I go to the exosuit forge down here, I can make 2 Atmos suits. Haha. All right, so I'm going to have to find some hydrogen or make some hydrogen, which would probably be a pretty good spot right here, considering I have that as well, just to kind of put up here so that these Drecos will actually grow more scale, because right now, this is just all the hydrogen they have, which is basically nothing. Oh, hey, guess what? That's hydrogen right there. Let's break down the wall, dupes. Super Meep, no! You got stuck again, man. Bummer. All right, well, check this out. We got our shine bug reactor, and it's starting to come to life. Matter of fact, if I take a look at this wire right here, look at that. 215 watts. Look at all this sweeping. I'm just trying to collect the eggs. No, grab that one. And what you can see here is I have the organic thing selected for egg shells. So we should be able to automatically load up into that. There we go. Boom. Just like that. Oh, what was that? Eggshell. Beautiful. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode of Oxygen Not Included. Have a wonderful day. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out. Welcome, my dupes. Let's debrief. Dennis and a lot of other people are actually talking about the same idea of having the copper volcano shared between both sides of the base. And I think that would actually be a really cool thing to try. Try to split it up and maybe send the equal amount of resources from one side to the other. I think that's a cool project, something I might have to try. I do want to get my hands on some oil before I really go and tackle that volcano. Otherwise, what would I use? Ethanol? Yeah, it's just going to be a lot easier if I actually have some higher temperature stuff, like steel and oil. But I think I'll try to actually split that volcano so it goes to both sides. And speaking of that, I also got that natural gas geyser over there I need to make use. It's free energy, man. All I got to do is use it. You guys were asking whether or not Super Meep was going to get any super friends. And it seems like there's a popular request for a super girl for Meep. All right, we'll do that. I'll find somebody. I think the fan fiction is with Bubbles, so we'll try to find a Super Bubbles and bring her in. Although since I have like 2 super dupes, they might become a little less super powerful. Having 2 9,000 dupes running around is kind of... I don't want it to become too unbalanced. As I talk about my dupe with 9,000 skills. Yes, you know what I mean. Rebel says, good luck with your business setup. We hope it's going to be a great success. A lot of you guys were giving me really good feedback on that. Thank you guys so much for your encouragement. I did run completely out of energy the other day, so I didn't make a video yesterday. But last night, I did actually get some of my drawing packages done, which felt awesome, and the laser engraver came in the mail. Very entry-level laser engraver, but so far it's been pretty cool. I decided to plop my drawing on the laser engraver, which is pretty dope. Check it out. All right, so check this out. This is a drawing that I made, and I'm running it on a laser. Ooh, look at how cool that... Hang on, you gotta... Look at that! That is the coolest way to make a drawing. Oh, and the running request, in case anybody's looking for something to do over the weekend, hats for Sweepy. Let me just check the modding channel real quick to see if it's there. Oh, look at this. Item, permeable tiles. That's cool. So it's like a grated floor. You can drop things through a grate. Oh, and there's also a traffic visualizer mod. Ooh. Ooh, I might have to try that. So many things. But at any rate, I gotta let you guys go. Have a great day. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.